なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
Hello. I'm going to be doing this one solo because the homing Gresh is feeling a little bit under the weather. May a packet of noodle soup and good health make its way over to him. Now, I asked you guys on Twitter, how do we feel about the reveal? I kind of just slapped it on top of my video with the reaction to the reveal. Oh, by the way, thank you guys for appreciating the little Super Saiyan 3 character here. He's the manifestation of the soul of the channel. So it's cool that people are well received to seeing him there. But either way, I wanted to ask how you guys felt about this reveal. Very polarizing, of course, and let us see what people have to say. Starting with Billy. Anti-Rising Rush plus Anti-Switch plus Switch Attack plus KO Guard plus triple AoE. Many smiley faces. Oh, 4 cool had cool animations, I guess, but I don't know. Nothing spectacular to me. Where's the cool shot of Earth in the background? Well, the cool shot of the Earth is on a different form of this Goku. They decided to go with the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so there is no cool Earth shot. But this right here captures everyone's sentiment. And it is why I was so baffled when I did the breakdown for this character. Right now, the meta is dominated by Ultra Namek Goku, Gohan, and Gogeta. We have two of the strongest characters in the game, numbers-wise, mechanics-wise, paired alongside a guy with one of the best defensive measures in the game, being a team-wide secondary life. Two of them have an AoE mechanic, which is the worst thing of all time. I think AoE greens are one of the worst mechanics they've ever introduced in this game. And they decided, what was that team lacking? Oh, a third one. Because when we see them reveal these characters, they like to brag about this character synergizes well with these other characters. And they talked about Gohan pairing super well with this Goku, because they know damn well everyone is running Super Saiyan 4 with Ultra Namek Goku with the Gohan together. So we're looking at a team with 3 AoE greens. 2 of them generate the greens by themselves. Goku will do it when his gauge flips over to the other type, and then Gohan does it post-revival when he fills up the unique gauge and when he pops his main to get all 4 cards. It's just so, I don't know, just being witness to seeing this chaos is ridiculous. I don't know. Being a bystander, seeing everyone like kick the crap out of each other with like hockey sticks and the entire town is on fire, there's ripples through the floor. It's just so, what are we doing? And a big reason why I'm up in arms about all this is because this is the end of festival. When a major celebration ends with a chaotic meta, it means it lasts a long time. It will be this way for a long time. How soon do we counter anything? Genuinely, we saw a counter to Frieza, and I'm going to say counter in quotes here, out of the Ultra Corrupt Merge Zamasu, right? That was several months down the line. Ultra Namek Goku, I guess you could argue Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is the counter to him because the kick cannot be disrupted, but he is too strong. The mechanic is too good. How are you supposed to do anything about these guys? Goku has the best disrupt in the game, and the only people that can counter Goku's disrupt is the same damn team everyone else is going to run him on. Gohan removes seals with his main ability. That's what I mean. It's going to be unbelievably monotonous. We're just going to be dealing with the exact same team far more than we already are, and people are already tired of it. I was tired of fighting Gohan 12 hours into his existence. This is going to be worse, and this team will not be countered for a long time. Even if you go down in order, and the first character you counter is the Ultra Namek Goku, it doesn't change the fact that there's still a friggin' Gohan and a Super Saiyan 4 Goku to deal with. I don't know how we're going to get past that. I don't know what they were thinking. Maybe they're not thinking. I don't know. Maybe the brain is out the window already, but it's going to be a very difficult meta, and all these smiley faces are sarcastically agreeing with me. Glow, uninspired to play PvP. You and me. And a lot of people. You know what the problem is? This is going to come off as selfish, but anytime the meta goes to the crapper, it becomes 10 times more frustrating for me as well, because I like to try other things. You may have seen it. Oh, Super Saiyan buffs with the Gogeta. 6 times Zenkai buffs, Super Vegeta, when the best blue character of all time is dropped. I don't care. I'm willing to embrace some of the chaos because I just want to see how far that character will go. When the game becomes this tricky, those become 100 times more difficult to do. I mean, a 6 times Zenkai buff anything is impossible because your 2 allies are going to be crap. It doesn't matter. Their Zenkais will be crap. They don't have the tech to deal with what's going on in the game. I kid you not, the amount of RP I was giving off, I was basically RP Santa when I was trying to showcase the Super Vegeta, because I would go from Red Super Saiyan 3 Goku to Super Vegeta, and then from Super Vegeta, I would go to like the Red Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in the hopes of doing some sort of disrupt, and I just couldn't. Gohan just spanked them until they died. It was like that the whole way through. This truly feels like the gap between the Sun family team and everyone else is so huge that the only way to feel comfortable in the meta is to run the same team, which is an L. Zayed, 5 skulls. You know what? This is actually a tally for how many kills you have to get to actually kill someone on that friggin' team. Gohan, first life. KO guard. Gohan, second life. Full power Super Saiyan 4, and then finally Ultra Namek Goku. This is what it's going to look like every single match. Clasher, the ink art intro looked really good, but his abilities just feel like they slapped together Ultra UI cover change and 6th anniversary Vegeta Rising Rush together and called it a kit for this unit. This is also just a nitpick of mine, but kind of sad he's not standing on the rock. Overall a 6 out of 10. I said the same thing. I don't know why they went with the full power variant of Goku, but other people have said that this gives them an opportunity to just resell the character. To be fair, wouldn't it not matter what the order is? I would argue that it would be an easier sell to do the full power one after you do the first introduction of the Goku. But either way, it's their decision making. We already know they don't know how to make decisions. His abilities, the Ultra UI cover nullification thing, I agree with that as well. It's a concept that has already existed, but they've decided to go with a far more troublesome variant of it. The Ultra UI variant, because it was associated to an arts card, there are ways to work around it. Ultra Corrupt Murzumasu can't be hit with that ult. Beast Gohan can't be hit with that ult. There's ways around it. But Goku's ability is something outside of that. It's just a mechanic, so there's no counter to it. It's just like full power Frieza's Death Beam, the Ultra Frieza. You can't do anything about it. It's just something outside of the known realm of defensive mechanics, so it's far worse. They said that 100% of the damage that you would have dealt to the current character is applied to the character you're swapping to. So I use this example in the breakdown. If you are attacking a blue character and your opponent wants to swap to a purple one to protect it, the purple character is going to take the same damage this blue one would have taken. That is so unbelievably stupid. And then the Rising Rush nullification mechanic already existed in the form of the blue TN, but this is a more overpowered variant of it, because I think, was TN supposed to be on the field when it's called? Or I think he has to be on standby. Either way, I think it's the exact same thing, both in terms of mechanics and behaviors with other abilities. So I agree with you. I feel like not that inspired, even if it's quote unquote new. Sauce. I feel like we're bound to get another Ultra Goku, sure, but another GT Ultra already. The intro and end is cool, but apart from that, the animations feel really weak and lackluster. Plus, they spoiled the hype by sneaking Super Baby 2 Zenkai, so for me, all the hype was gone. Yes, this right here was such an L. I was hoping it was an oversight by them, and instead, we're going to get a giant bamboozle. How many years has it been now? They're trying to fake us out like we don't know what the game is. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt and say they did it intentionally to make us all think in one direction. Kind of like Abu. He kind of just flipped everything to being Broly, but make us think it's one thing. and then switch it to something else entirely. How interesting would it have been if they decided, we're going to say and lead you towards a GT Super Saiyan 4? Da-da-da, it's Daima Super Saiyan 4 instead. I think that would have been interesting, but of course, that'd be too much credit for them. Another GT Ultra already. I guess that is also true, but I feel like they're a little bit less inspired when it comes to GT. Despite GT having some fascinating villains and honestly some other cool protagonists, they feel the only things we're doing are Super Saiyan 4 and Omega Shenron. That's it. They think nothing else exists in GT, which is rather disappointing. But what can we do? We don't run the game. Actually, another thing on the animations, I'm pretty sure all his moves are Kamehamehas, aren't they? It feels like everything is just a Kamehameha. I may have to look back at the animations, but I could have swore I saw 3 different variants of it. It's the blue card, the ultimate, and then the anti-switch attack, right? Yeah, it might be that. Squids! The worst part about this is the fact that Namek Goku is the ultimate bodyguard for Green Goku. So even if he had a purple good enough to mean anything, they'd literally be Goku food. Someone Zenkai Blue Beerus, give him KO guard nullification and comeback nullification plus type neutral on green. You're right, but having a dominant type shouldn't be the reason you don't introduce typings that are weak to that. Just because there's a strong yellow doesn't mean they should avoid making purples. The smartest thing would be to release characters alongside them that help protect them from the dominant yellows. This would be a great opportunity for a competent red 1% character to exist, but those don't exist anymore. This entire celebration, we actually just got one. So that's where, you know, we're kind of losing some value here, even though, you know, supporters in the longest run potentially could provide value. You just get less flexibility altogether. For the Beerus comment, I actually think a Beerus, an Ultra Beerus, sometime down the line would be an interesting way to nullify so many Second Life mechanics. Because Beerus is the only character in the game that has a blue card to nullify Revival. So that would be nice. All the other characters have to blow themselves up, so the Cybermen can do it. Android 16 can do it. Majin Vegeta can do it as well, but you know, those guys don't even hold a torch to anyone that has Revival as of right now. COD Mobile fan. By the way, rip to the creator of, the creator of some of the greatest Call of Duties and some of the fondest memories that I've made recently. Poor guy was in a car accident, so that's extremely disappointing, especially in light of the massive success that is Battlefield 6. Very, very sad news. PvP is not going to be fun. Revival, KO Guard, 3 AoE greens, Rising Rush, Disrupt, and no switching. It is GG's. Yep. This amount of tech, this amount of technicality, this amount of power on one team, they just gap everybody else. Try to think of any other team that would hold a torch to this right now. And you're wrong. It doesn't matter. The powerful opponent team, they don't hold a torch to this amount of tech. The Movie Saga team with Gogeta, Janemba, and maybe Android 13, they don't hold a torch to this amount of tech. You can make teams work around it. If you play well, you can work around it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who would have the easiest time whooping who. That team, you could pick your nose, be blindfolded, have one finger and one brain cell, and you can probably stomp out the game. Very, very troublesome times indeed. I can't wait to showcase the free-to-play character, and he gets locked in by Ultra Namek Goku and just dies immediately. Yeah, see, that's my face every morning when I have to do a PvP video. You know, oh, I finished work. All right, great. Oh, crap. I gotta showcase Zenkai Yamcha in PvP with that crap in the world too. Nobody's gonna want to see, oh, Gohan and Ultra Namek Goku together with the showcase character leader slotted. So it's troublesome times indeed. Big Gus, pretty cool to be honest. He has some good GT restrictions too, but I think it can be brute forced into just pure Sun family. The GT restrictions that they made are too light. I don't care what anybody says. The only way you're going to make real restrictive change is when the thing that makes them valuable is locked away. The little notch that takes this character over the edge, when that is locked away, is when you get people thinking about their teams much better. The only thing they boxed away from this Goku is a little bit of damage, a little bit of tanking, and endurance. But that doesn't matter when KO guard exists. Nobody cares. There's also the sub-count manipulation and the buff removal courtesy of having another GT ally as well. But again, none of that holds a torch to mechanics that supersede any sort of nullification. It's revivals. It's KO guard. And it's revival. Why? Who cares about buff removal? I got 2 of those things. That's amazing. It doesn't matter. So it sucks. They need to up the ante. I've used so many examples of where they could do this. Like, imagine this. KO guard will only work if it's, you know, a Frieza Saga team, or you have a Krillin on your team, or it's 2 Saiyans on your team, or 3 Saiyans on your team. And that way we box away Gohan being a thing, Triple Ultra Team being a thing. Oh, Frieza, Death Beam is annoying. How about we make sure he doesn't get cover null unless the guy is run with 2 other LOE allies? Like, these little things that people may not want to hear are the answer to stopping obnoxious metas. Because I think this festival just removed the veil from everyone's eyes. We, no matter what, anytime we get something cool and exciting, the hype is immediately met with just sadness, knowing that some obnoxious team is going to come out of it. If we can go into major celebrations excited for the characters because we know they're designed to buff a team that needs it, then it'll be so much more exciting. Immediately, Goku's release was met with dread because everyone thought, oh, I gotta fight him with Gohan and Ultra Namek Goku. But if we locked away so much of his kit to needing 2 other GT allies, it would have been fine. Rising Rush nullification, you need to have 2 GT allies. Sealing the cards on the 3rd hit that he gets, he needs 2 GT allies. Pick and choose. Either way, they have to do it. These characters do too much crap now. Noah, this guy, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Namagoku, Triple AoE Green, Rush Stop, Revival, KO Guard. Exactly, that's what I mean. See, he says it too. I do not care that he gets extra stuff next to a GT character, like Endurance, because no one is going to run UV4 over Gohan or Namagoku. Exactly. Exactly. The characters by themselves are too good anyways that this isn't even weight. This isn't even a problem. It's like, oh, hey man, do you want... you know what? I haven't slept properly in a long time because my brain is messed up. I don't even have a good example for this, but he's right. It's too little of a cost. It doesn't matter. Anguius, underwhelming. Has to be one of the most mid Legends Fest ever. 1% sparking. None of the new LFs do anything apart from Gohan, I guess. As cool as Super Saiyan 4 Goku is, he isn't enough to carry this on his own. I've seen the sentiment as well. The 1% sparking is a gigantic L. The lack of Zenkais is also an L. I'm not going to agree on the none of the new LFs do anything. I think people are sort of underselling Gogeta only because Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Goku shares the same green type. As of right now, Gogeta's key disruption effect may be the strongest form and only valuable form of disrupt right now to stopping combos simply because he just brutalizes ki. That's it. That right now is the best form of disrupt when it comes to just comfortably stopping combos. Because even Super Saiyan 4 Goku's little dinky seal thing can be worked around if you just find an ideal way around it, like buying yourself time. But I'm pretty sure the seal also includes green cards. So it's not like you can do a drop combo AoE green. It's not a lot of fun. So yeah, you know what? That just makes it even more painful. As cool as Super Saiyan 4 Goku is, he isn't enough to carry on his own. I think I swear this sentiment and this feeling here is because people are immediately met with dread, knowing one annoying team is going to come out of this. I think the kit restrictions have to happen. Seriously, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, full power? That's so awesome. But not enough to carry on his own is because we're just meeting, we're blinding the hype of the character with the unfortunate reality of a awful meta coming out of it. That's it. So yeah, I don't know. I think the Goku is good enough to carry it on his own. It's just we don't want to deal with his team. Ow the Stove. Happy about the character choice, annoyed at everything else. That's a great way to put it. I want to scan through these responses to make sure I cover each kind of opinion. Happy, middle, sad. I want people to really outline what the problems are. Obviously, this meta is absolutely cooked. I'm also the least excited ever for an Ultra. They should have done him with a Dragon Ball Super Broly. In the same slot, we've had Gogeta Blue, Beast Gohan, UI Goku. We also had G4 as a Part 3 Ultra already, so the hype is backtracking, plus the animations are mid. I'm not sure if a double Ultra would have resolved this problem, but I think them continuously choosing the safest choice for the Ultra is also underwhelming for people. Now I get it, you know, it's the biggest celebration. You want to end it with something exciting. Something that's a guaranteed moneymaker, I understand. But, you know, after several years, people are eventually just going to come down to, okay, it's got to be like a Sun family. They've never, it's a Fusion Warrior or a Sun family character. They've never, like, wrapped it up with a Vegeta Clan Ultra. Never really wrapped it up with, like, a powerful opponent Ultra. I'm not using Frieza as an example. He was paired with the Goku. It's like a thematic, just battle of rivals kind of thing. And I think people are just getting tired of the fact that it can be narrowed down so easily. That because they know it's going to be predictable, they would at least welcome the floor to 2 because it gives them the flexibility to doing a less safe choice. And for that, I agree. It at least opens the doors to theme-based celebrations too, like you know, Gogeta versus Broly, Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta and Omega, you know, just anything, right? It opens the floor for at least letting them choose a villain alongside it all, but it is a little just eh. That's the same mistakes over and over again. There's a lot to talk about. Greedy. You know what? I do want to talk about that. It's just straight disappointing. The devs keep on making the same mistakes over and over again. This festival could have been way better, but I don't get it. Why are the devs always holding back and being greedy? I'm just stressed. There's a lot to talk about. The devs keep on making the same mistakes over and over again is a good way to capture the sentiment this entire year. I went into this year with a lot of optimism because they said we are making an update that will floor every update we've done prior. Not only that, but they're going to walk into this with a new design philosophy to ensure one-man army characters don't exist, obnoxious long combos don't exist, and that overwhelming power creep will not be a problem. We somehow did 6 years worth of power creep in 6 weeks. Like, they immediately tossed that out the window. The rules only applied to DB Saga, and then they said, puh, we don't care anymore. They went from, oh, long combos come from people drawing cards, to now long combos come from people forcing cards. They make battle systems that they just make characters abuse. Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta is an example. Kaioken Goku is a good example of this. Friggin' Gohan is the worst, absolute worst of this, for the record. Every time a character shows up, you get the key and the card again, which is really stupid. They're doing it all over again. I don't know how they keep falling on the same problem. They keep tripping over the same step over and over again. But the greedy part is what annoys me too. We've somehow gone backwards in terms of just overall character value, character releases, Zankais. It just feels like this whole year has felt so just scummy. right? The pullback on the 1%, the pullback on the Zenkais, the release of the supporter system, I really just don't like it, honestly. Like, on paper, I understand that it could be used as like a, you know, back pocket tool to deal with tags in the future. I understand that part, but so far it just doesn't feel like the value is worth it given what we've had to sacrifice for it. And it almost feels like they don't care about establishing a healthy meta. You know, like I always say it kind of feels like they don't play their game, but now I realize it's all deliberate. Like their focus is that thing, and the synergy in their slideshows is the thing that confirms that they want to set up these disastrous metas to make it so that you gotta get all of those guys, otherwise it's gonna be hell for you. I don't know what it is. It just feels like the game is in a very uncomfortable position, and I think this year is just, you know, I use the mirror example where the players look at this big Legends mirror and there's like a little crack and a little crack, like you're not gonna notice it as much, but as they keep festering and growing, eventually you can't ignore it. And then once an actual piece of the mirror falls off, even if you slot it back in, the mirror is never the same. I think the player sentiment for the game is the same way, and that the facade is gone, and that their impression of the game will always be met with this slight bit of negativity because, I don't know, maybe the magic is not there anymore for Legends. Zayo? One of the worst things they could have done with this unit, and they did it right. That horrible stuff. Bad character options. 20 Sun Family units this year. 9 new Gokus, 2 new Gohans, 1 Goten, 3 Zenkais, 1 unique, 2 new tags, 2 plats. Broly should have been. Let's see. Not happy they reduced the amount of new playable characters from last year being 9 to only 7. Yep, they pulled back on. This is another thing. I don't think I buy the Gohan's animations justifying this crap anymore. I don't care. It looks good, but now we're starting to oversell how good it looks. It looks good, yes, but it's not so good that it should have cost us LF Zenkai's 1% characters and an LF earlier this year, and you know, this abundance of supporters. It looks good, but it's not like, oh my god, they've shattered everything. This is just so monstrously good. This isn't Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta from Dokkan, okay? He looks really good, but all the cost for it doesn't justify it. The entire meta being screwed while seeing the same team over and over again with no matches to end except timer. Yes, this is going to feel like 2023 Legends Fest all over again. Yes, PyCon, Tag Switch, Bardock, and Goku, and Ultra UI. Yes, it will feel like that. Terrible meta. The reveal wasn't bad. Art was going to be better, but it was cool. Making him Sun Family over Saiyan is crazy work. The AoE green, I know, upsets you. I hate AoE greens. It's the only mechanic they don't do a good job of putting in check. I genuinely despise it. It's so obnoxious because it just feels like it ignores the core of this game. This is all about timing. It's all about rhythm. It's all about catching habits. It's about you know, having a little bit of, oh, I'm in my opponent's head, right? AoE green is just, oh, I ignore all that crap. It's just free and easy for me. If this is a game of rock, paper, scissors, the AoE green is just a gun. Nobody cares that the rock will beat the scissors. Nobody cares that the scissors beats the paper, and nobody cares that the paper beats the rock. I'm just gonna shoot you. That's an AoE green. It's so obnoxious. I hate it. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. And it's so easy to avoid making AoE greens a pain by not giving Covernal and not giving cards. But they're not smart enough to do that. They're just like, here, AoE green, haha, toodaloo. Now we got 3 characters that do that while being the best characters in the game. Just so unbelievably brain dead. Yeah, it looks like everyone's sentiment is the exact same thing. This is they combined too many top tier mechanics together, too many dominant characters together. They didn't do enough to restrict these characters, and if anything, this fest overall has not felt like a major celebration like they wish they could have. The two saving graces, he's green. Thank God they got that right. So I was saying this guy could either be green or purple. A big reason why I was saying purple is because, number one, synergistically, he works perfectly with Gohan, and let's be honest here. Doing that will make it easier to sell the idea of you summoning for everything, right? And number two, the original Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta that we got, they were purple and red. Vegeta's already red, so I figured maybe they look at that and think, okay, we're gonna make him purple to pay respect back to that. People argue that can't be a thing because purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku exists, but to me, it felt like they were just writing that guy off. Like, they've just held back so much on what that character's moment should have been that I feel like they just dropped that because they wanted GT to have a good purple for now, in light of Frieza existing. That's what I thought, but I also said he could be green just because synergistically, the yellow Super Baby 2 and the red Vegeta would pair perfectly if you had a green. So they clearly made him with GT in mind, especially given that he's ranged. Aligns perfectly with the Vegeta. Number two, he can't disrupt when he's getting rushed, just when he's on standby. Meaning if you don't have sub-count manipulation or you lock him in and he can't switch out, you'll pop KO guard when you rush him. It's sad that he has to say you'll pop KO guard when you rush him. It's not, oh, you'll kill him. It's you'll pop KO guard when you rush him. People already know what they have to deal with. They already know. His mechanic is just TNs. There's no fancy schmancy business around it. It's just if he's on standby and your opponent rushes, he will help interfere with the rush. That's all it is. I don't think you have to care about cover nullification or any of those things because it works exactly like TNs. And TNs was the exact same way. But you are right. If you box him in and you try to kill him, you can not have to deal with that, but they made a really good job of him being unkillable. So that's the problem. But he is right. There are saving graces to it. It's just, this is like weaving or finding a needle in a haystack. That's the right situation, right? This is like that Resident Evil scene where all the soldiers are in that room and a bunch of lasers are flying at them, except fighting this team is when you got the really small diamond pattern and the guy just got chopped into bits. You have to weave yourself in the smallest perfect scenario to have this happen, which is the problem. It's just the amount of grief and just awfulness you got to deal with. But okay, I think that is pretty much everything. One of the things that I often get is people say that I don't read all the comments, but I glance over them and I capture what the general sentiment is, and I feel like that's just a great way to put it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Concerned, angry, frustrated. So he's replacing fusing Super Gogeta already. Doesn't counter any second life mechanics aside from the typical endurance. No. It's perfect to run alongside Blue Revival Gohan and Yellow Namek Goku, and he has no new mechanics. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Abu is depressed. Abu is depressed. You know why? Because not only is it not Broly, but he has to give everyone $2,000. Abu, I'll send you my PayPal, buddy. $2,000 dues. You'll fund my ultra summons because this entire fest I've been getting shafted, and I could use those $2,000, buddy. So either way, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. It is overall, it feels like very sad. For a lot of people, it's sad, but notice how everyone is focusing on how obnoxious fighting the team is, less so what the individual character is. And this all goes back to me saying they need to find ways to pigeonhole characters a bit. I'm sorry. I think it's just the way to go forward. So you guys let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this reveal. I do apologize if I missed anybody's thoughts here, but Well, good luck to everyone summoning. Good luck if you're not summoning and you have to fight this. And yeah, until next time, peace.